Hi, I'm Ken Jr. and welcome to Train World TV. Here you'll find the latest and greatest in model trains. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. And if you're new to our channel, we're glad you're here, and I invite you to click the subscribe button and hit that bell notification so you'll never miss a video. Now, we'd also love to send you exclusive deals and special announcements that you won't find anywhere else. So be sure to sign up for our emails, TW Text, and stay connected with us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget, you can shop online at trainworld.com for all your model train needs. Now, without further ado, enjoy today's video.
Hi everyone, Happy New Year, Happy 2026, and welcome to the first Thomas Tuesday of the new year. Thank you so much for tuning in to this very unprecedented time. This is our first time actually doing an event at 11 a.m. EST. So for those of you who are at work and tuning in from your desks or from the cafeteria or where possibly you're having lunch at the moment, thank you so much for taking the time to do that. And everyone else in the world, in the UK, Australia, Japan, and the list goes on, Korea I even saw. Thank you so much again for adjusting and taking the time to tune in this evening. We have tons and tons of awesome reveals today by Bachmann Trains. Matt Stern is with us. How are you doing today, Matt?
Doing good. It's kind of nice doing this in the workday.
Absolutely, yeah. I feel the same way. I feel full of energy because obviously in the evening sometimes we get drained from all the work that consistently happens throughout the day. And we have, in addition to that, an amazing new guest, someone who's been in the Thomas fandom for over 30 years. He's been into Thomas. In fact, his birthday's coming up very soon, so a happy early birthday. And his name is James in the UK. He's got an amazing Island of Sodor layout in his attic, of all places, that he's going to be showcasing this evening. And how are you doing, James?
Very well, thank you.
Fantastic. And tell us, your birthday's coming up in 1 week or 2 weeks?
Well, actually, it was 4 days ago, actually.
Oh, it was 4 days ago. I'm sorry. I'm getting my facts wrong. But please put in the chat a happy belated birthday to James. I believe he is now 35 or 34?
34.
Amazing. That's incredible. So, I mean, you even told me season 3 was the latest season that came out, right? When you were just a baby there.
Yes, that's right.
Amazing. And he's seen in real time the progression of the Thomas show going all the way from season 3 to present day. I mean, that's pretty remarkable. So his Island of Sodor layout is a huge tribute to Brett Allcroft, David Mitton, lots of locations from the old iconic scenes of the model series. So we're really, really going to be in for a treat this evening, or excuse me, this morning, I should really say, for those of us who are in America. But I'm just going to put a bunch of these in the chat. Once again, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I see a lot of familiar faces, or familiar names, I should say, in the chat. And once again, we are in for many, many treats today. All right. Ken Jr., as you guys can see, is not with us at the moment. He did say he was going to be joining us, but perhaps he got into a business call of some sort at the last second. I was not notified. But don't be surprised if all of a sudden he pops in the middle of someone's presentation there. All right. So once again, thank you very much for tuning in. And without further ado, we will hand it off to James.
Okay, yep, thank you.
All right, James. So I usually start by asking every new Thomas Tuesday guest, like, how'd you first get into Thomas? What is the original story when you were a baby?
Well, I got interested when I was a baby. It was just like all the models, the actual scene, the whole story, everything that was done about it. That's what really got me into Thomas. Yes. And even the models here, but that was a bit sometime later on, which when I saw like the detail that it was made to the near enough to the TV series, that's really what got me into Bachmann at that time.
Amazing, amazing. Wow. So I'm assuming because Bachmann started their line in 2002. So was there an era like where you were trying to experiment with Thomas models, maybe taking some UK brands that didn't have maybe as accurate models yet, and then from there?
Well, to begin with, I started with Hornby models because they were the only ones going. But then when I discovered the Bachmann ones, I wasn't so sure if they'd roll on the same track as Hornby ones did. But then I discovered from a friend before that they did roll on the same track. And that's when I really started to like buy all the Bachmann stuff and move aside from Hornby at the time.
Amazing. Wow. Wow. And what made you choose like HO scale? Was it because it was the most versatile? Was it because there were the most products, or do you feel that it's just the perfect scale to model in?
I think it was the perfect scale to modeling. That was the only one I know. I didn't know about much about like the small gauges and all that at the time, like N gauges, but I learned that like during the railway exhibition before. So I learned
Fantastic.
that there were small gauges, but I found I was comfortable with the 00 and HO gauges really.
Nice, nice. And do you have a favorite location or season of the show that you try to really focus on?
Well, focus on Knapford Station, but the one I'm most happy with right now is Great Waterton over here.
Fantastic. I mean, it really looks amazing how you have that all up in your attic of all places. Before we even get into the tour, I'm curious to know how are you able to get all that plywood up there? Because usually most attics have a very, very small entrance that's like only a small square. So did they come in 4x8 sections or were they smaller sections that you very carefully screwed together?
Well, they came in smaller sections, which I bought up individually, then screwed them all together.
Amazing. Wow. I mean,
And can I say, before building up in the attic, I did start building a layout in my old bedroom before, but it was a very small room. It was like from there to there before, and took up one half of my bedroom and the other half just one empty bed really.
I see.
But
I see.
that's when I decided to expand and come up here.
Amazing. I mean, and it's really amazing. A lot of these UK homes have these attics with tall ceilings because, I mean, Matt, I don't know if your new house is like this too, but my house, you have to crawl underneath. Like, there's no way you could stand up in the attic because
Yeah,
it's just,
same.
it's like that. So, really, really nice to have that space and like that the architecture of the house is like that. So, really remarkable. Um, all right, without further ado, maybe can we have a closer look at all the different scenes of the layout?
Okay, here we go. Right.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Knapford Station.
Really incredible. Yeah, yeah. Hold up, just stay there just for a second. Yeah, we'll just go one scene at a time because there's a lot to unfold here. Can you actually go back to where the canopies were?
Okay, yep. Can you
Okay,
see?
fantastic. So, what exactly was the inspiration here? Like, did you like based on a certain season? And how did you do all the buildings in addition to the canopies?
Well, the canopies, they are Pico based, but I did a video about how I resized them so they'd be a bit more to that size, because before the canopies were like way out to that side, which I thought it would just take up too much space along here, and I wanted to make enough space for the yard around here.
I see.
And
And by the way, just to cut you off for a second, is there a way you can maybe flip your camera? Because I could tell you're probably like holding it like this at the moment.
I'll see if I can try.
Yeah,
Back
we can
on
just
that.
touch
Ah,
that.
here we
There
go.
we go. Perfect. Yes. All right. That'll make it a lot easier. No, and I see you have the main cast there. You've got all Bachmann's primary models from Thomas, James, Edward, Henry, Gordon, Percy. I mean, it's amazing. Even just seeing those models, how expansive the line looks, just with the main characters. And now Bachmann's tripled the line to like 5 times that, right, Matt?
Something like that, yeah.
So, I mean, just looking at this configuration, there's no doubt we get like classic vibes with all the switches and all the tracks. I like that you even have a coal tower there right beside the station.
Yeah.
So, what track did you use? Is that Hornby, Pico, Atlas?
Hornby for the straight ones here, but for the crossover here, it's a Pico track.
Really, that's an awesome crossover right there that you have right next to the signal box.
That's a lot of stuff going on there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, is that a Pico?
Yes, it is. But this one was constructed by a person before, which he was like selling off. But well, I don't really know his name much, but he really bought this up together, and then he was selling off, in which I bought like this one before.
Absolutely. And I'm just gonna put some of these comments in the chat because we're hyping up, and thank you especially to many friends here who are tuning in. Really, it's making the morning for all of us. But my next question, going back to the switches, is how exactly did you wire all of that? Like, are they Insulfrog switches? Are they Electrofrog switches?
They're Insulfrog.
Wow, wow. And so, please, if it's possible, and maybe in a concise manner, explain how Insulfrog wiring works to those who are just getting into wiring, perhaps.
Well, I use insulated fish plates here in between the switches here, just to make sure that they're cut off so that individual trains can go over them, which I wired green and red wires on one side here and black wires to wire to each other on this one here. And which these ones, they're connected up to a switch, which I can turn off and on when I need to.
Amazing, amazing. Could you show us where the controls are?
Yeah, over here.
Wow, guys, look at that. So basically, those little switches control where you're putting the power to.
Yeah.
Wow. And how long did it take you to wire all of that, like for Knapford Station specifically?
Well, I'd say it took an estimate about 3 or 4 days, really.
Gotcha. Wow. And I'm assuming within those days you were working down there for what, like 4 or 5 hours?
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing. Could we go back
Mostly
to the track?
Yeah. Mostly in the evening, or depends if I got a holiday or not.
I see.
Then I'm here all day.
Yeah. Lots of comments in the chat here. God.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
Yeah. And you did that all on your own, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Right,
I mean, it's even more impressive.
I do need to ask, what's the big red button for?
The big red button. Oh, this one. That's for signals.
Ah.
So
Nice.
press them to turn them whether to switch to red or switch to green.
Well,
I
that's
think
awesome.
it's that one there. That's switch to green.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice. That's one of the Dapple ones, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. Could you go back to red?
Well, I'll try, but it's just because this one's like a bit on edge at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. No worries.
There is one that works, but that's over near Mayfleet Station. That's over that side there.
Okay. Gotcha.
So, yeah.
All the way over there. Okay. Great.
That's where Toby is right now.
So going back to Knapford Station, how exactly do the tracks leave and then enter the next scene?
Well, where Thomas is right now, he goes along this track here towards Gordon's Hill, which goes around to there, which comes over to that bit there, comes around, and then we go onto this side towards Marin Station, and then we go along this bit of track here into a tunnel which leads off down towards this area, back over to the other side over here, in which there's a junction over here, which you can either go towards Brendan Docks or towards a tunnel over here that will lead back to Knapford.
Wow. That's really impressive. So those are 2 wired separate tracks that you could run on that line.
Yeah.
Really impressive. And I'm assuming the same thing with the wiring there, right? Those are Insulfrog switches?
Yes, they are.
Fantastic. And I'm just looking in the chat here. Guys, if you have any questions for James, please do not hesitate to ask, because he's got so much experience with modeling and wiring, as we can tell. Yeah, so actually, can you go back to Gordon's Hill for a second? So I actually did have a few questions about how you did that.
Okay. Here we go.
Wow. So there is an incline there. Did you use like Woodland Scenics' ramp? Did you do some open bench work? How exactly did you get the gradient?
Well, you're right about the first bit. I used Woodland Scenics incline line products, which I used to make the ramps there, which the first time I did it, it was like a bit, well, it was okay, but troublesome. It's just because when filming before, James was having trouble getting up the hill. So last year I decided to change it and make it like a bit more steadier, which now James is able to climb it, which I also decided to change the tunnel there as well, because before it was a bit higher up there, which looking at a scene from Thomas and Gordon was about that height, and the tunnel was about a tiny bit of space in between as well. So that's why I decided to change and use that kind of tunnel there as well, because they didn't need so much space at the top above Gordon.
I see. I mean, the scenery really looks amazing. Another question I did have is how exactly did you apply all the greenery, specifically the turf? Because when you have those steep inclines, often the grass will fall down, it won't stick properly. You'll have to really put in a lot of spray for it to like properly stick. What was your method with that?
Well, I use a grass scenic bit, a static grass shaker thing, which I used to like stick in a needle there and then shake the grass on top of there, and that made it static all over.
Wow,
Which you
so
need
it's static grass. Wow.
Yeah. And I use
Really
like,
looks amazing.
and the product I use, which it's like light green, it is.
I see. Woodland Scenics?
It's called light green. Yeah.
Sorry, by Woodland Scenics?
And yeah, Woodland Scenics, yeah.
Fantastic. Wow. The bridge there, the road bridge as you enter Gordon's Hill, yeah, that bridge. Did you scratch build that?
Yes, I did. Using
Wow.
bits of wood, and also the texture on it, that was card I use.
I see.
That's very convincing.
Yeah, because I really like the scenic bit from season 1 of Gordon's Hill, of where James or Gordon are going past it or underneath it.
I mean, it really looks realistic, and amongst all the beautiful scenery, it just really pops out, which is ideal. So, great.
Backdrops as well. The castle up on the hill there. Backdrop looks it really adds to the scene as well.
Yeah,
that's one of the Pico ones, right?
Yeah, it is Pico backdrop, that scene there.
Yeah, those are nice. Cool. Could we see one of the other main lines? Or I should say maybe two, since it's really 2 lines.
Okay. Right, hang on a moment. Excuse me a moment. Okay, here we go. Here's another hidden bit over side here. So just on the other side of the hill, which this bit I based around season 12 of Thomas and Friends, because I like the station bit and the footbridge over in this part. Signal box still needs work, but I'll get around to it.
I see. Sorry, I think you just said it, but what is that location based on again?
Ballyhoo, I think it's called.
Ballyhoo, that's from which season?
Season 12.
Season 12. Oh, okay. Got it.
Yeah, if you've seen the episode, Gordon takes a shortcut. That's where he stops at that bit and sees Stanley in the distance.
Oh, okay. I remember now. Wow, that's very creative. And how exactly does that track get back to Knapford?
It enters a tunnel around there, around that side there. At the top, that one enters towards Great Waterton and then turns around.
Right. What about going to it, like from Knapford, like the other way, like where you're standing?
Yeah, that goes around to that bit there, then comes around back to this tunnel here, as you've seen earlier.
I see.
Then turns around back that way towards Knapford.
Yeah, wow, that's an impressive shot. That's a big Knapford.
The Knapford Station building particularly looks very convincing for the old model era.
Yeah.
Station building.
And this bit, as I said, it's another junction area just connecting to either Brendan Docks or to that valley area, as you saw. So here's Brendan Docks.
Terrific. Oh, no Salty. Actually, Matt, before I forget, because I feel like I will forget this, any update on Salty?
No update yet, but he's going to ship this year. That's almost guaranteed.
Okay, so he's not canceled.
Not canceled. No.
Okay, good. Really looks nice. Wow. Got Cranky there.
Yeah, Cranky the
Nice
Crank.
random warehouse there.
Yeah.
That's
But
good.
I'm also looking for a Brendan workman hut. You know, like they see in Brendan docks where the workmen go. It's not
Oh,
that
well,
easy. I'll keep looking.
Matt, that's the next resin building you got to introduce to the line.
What's that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Our air
He was
conditioner
talking about a
went off.
workman's hut.
The workman's hut. You know, that's next to either that side or over on that side. There's a workman's hut there where the workmen go.
I was just saying that's the next resin building if you ever bring back the resin buildings.
Yeah.
To take a look at it.
Awesome. No, truthfully, actually, that would be a good piece because it's not too big and it's appeared literally every single season of the show, including CGI. So
Have to take a look into that.
Yeah.
Oh, you've got some 009 there as well.
Yeah. Peter, Sam, and Rusty, and Reness over in that tunnel over there.
Oh wow.
That's not finished, but as I said, I've been mostly focusing on the standard gauge area.
Mhm.
And that engine there, that's me trying to recreate Duke at the moment, which I haven't started yet. Duke the Lost Engine.
Nice. So is that just a circle, or is it like a crossing somewhere?
Well, at the moment here, as we start back over the bridge here, it'll go all around there, disappear into a tunnel, then come back over here, in which it'll go along through a valley area here, then under this bridge here, then continue to over the station here, which that's Glennock, and then continue back into a tunnel, carry on along there, then go back along here to where this bit here, where you see the viaduct at the top, and there's this white bit there. That's a tunnel bit underneath here, which will carry on over there. I'll just need to go back over to the other side, if you'll excuse me, so I can continue.
Wow. So it's not just a small oval; it actually like weaves all the way through. Wow, that's amazing.
So here we are, back over here, which will continue on along here. That won't be in the way. And it'll go along towards here, come back around, and it'll disappear into a tunnel over here, which that's my next bit. Continue on down here, which this will all be hidden up behind here. As that white bit there shows, which I'll need to decorate next. And then carry on back over there, and then onto that empty bit there, which I'm planning to like recreate Duke's old shed area where Duke, Stuart, and Falcon lived once before.
On that piece of plywood over there.
Yeah, on that piece of plywood. It'll
That's
circle
amazing.
around behind a mountain bit, then come back at the back, and then re-enter back onto this bit here.
That's amazing. Wow. And you're working with that low ceiling too. That makes it even more impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been working around like how to get past that. So yeah, it's been a real challenge. But yeah, I found a way to get past that.
Yeah. Rishi Ramsing says, "I'm crying at the beauty." Big shout out to Rishi.
And what did you use for the cliff faces?
I use cork bark, which I think it's a base mixture between Hornby and Woodland Scenics and Pico. I think it is.
Okay.
Yeah. Are some of those like plaster molds, like where you like pour the plaster in and it dries and sets?
Yeah, this one's a plaster base. This one here.
Got it.
Because I looked at the scene from season 3 of when Thomas is going over that bridge and all like Percy's going underneath, whichever. So, which I was really in awe by it because I really want to recreate that and that onto here. So that's what I did.
And you even got the windmill there. I mean, it's amazing how much you fused into that location. I mean, really, really good use of space.
Yeah, a bit of inspiration I got from you of how you divided your Thomas sections on your layout,
Oh,
which I was
I'm
thinking how I could do that. So I thought like about using bridges. That's helped to help divide it up a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. I mean, it's amazing because like when you pick the camera, right, and you put it at a certain angle, it can be a completely different location. So, I mean, I really think that you achieved that. Like at this angle, it looks like the windmill, but if you go to where you were before, it looks like the season 3 bridge. So again,
Yeah.
just when you play around with the different angles, you can really pack in so many of those iconic locations from the old model show.
Was that the viaduct in the foreground there?
Yeah, the viaduct here.
Wow.
Looks awesome. What'd you do for the water? Water looks great.
I use a woodland scenics water creation here, which I had to like paint underneath first before putting the product on, then use some scatter bits around here to give it like a good rocky effect, and then sealed up these bits around here just to make sure it didn't escape. Then I poured the liquid stuff down and then had to let it set, and then overnight it all set, and then took the pieces away and then got this outlook here.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. I agree. The water looks so realistic. And I like the shade of blue that you used too. That looks very nice.
Yeah, I was having a look at some of the viaduct scenes from Thomas and Friends, especially season 3, and that's when I decided to use this kind of color.
Mm. Yeah, I was gonna say it definitely gives like a season 3 vibe with the colors you chose, even the lichen off to the side being more of a lighter hue. Yeah.
Yeah.
God. And you have the water going into the mountain there, I see.
Yeah, into the mountain.
Fantastic. Nice. Yeah, that really brings it all together. Wow. Really realistic, man. Great job.
It's just incredible that you've been able to incorporate so many different elements in the space. I mean, it's a really, really creative use of space, the whole thing.
Yeah.
Thank you. Turn back over here.
Yeah. I like the upper line there too you have there off to the
Yeah,
side.
this is a branch line area, this one is.
Nice. Is that still Thomas's branch line, or is it just like a random arbitrary branch line?
Well, I like to think it's Thomas's branch line.
Nice, because it connects all the way into Maithwaite, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that tunnel there, that leads back to Maithwaite Station.
God, so many tunnels.
Yeah, that's the thing, because with certain bits next to Tidmouth, had to make sure that they were divided off, so that's why tunnels were needed.
Yeah. So for like that tunnel, sorry, just to backtrack for a second, that you just showed, it's a pretty long tunnel. Do you have like an access point to clean the tracks?
Yeah, I have these bits here.
Oh, great. So that comes up. Gotcha.
Yeah, comes off each bit. So when I need to access a bit when I need to, I could just take them off and then go inside and clean here.
I'm impressed like how cleanly you cut that, because like it looked pretty seamless. Really.
Yeah. With all these tunnels, should have a Henry stuck in the tunnel scene somewhere.
Well, Henry's at the station right now, so there isn't really Henry's tunnel around here, even though I was thinking about it. But thing was, not sure I was going to incorporate it into the layout. And also, to access this bit underneath here, I've also made some holes underneath so I can access the trains when I need to.
Gotcha. Yeah, like that's how I have it on my layout. Yeah, we've got like an opening, and then I just stick your hand up there.
Yeah. So here's the opening for one of them. I know you can't see much, but just going through one of the holes. Okay, coming up along the other end, which I can enter to get around the other side when need be. So here's the quarry area.
Oh wow, that looks great.
Which the shed bit still needs work, which, as I said, I've been mostly busy redoing other areas.
Mm.
So this bit, there's the level crossing back over here. That goes along around here, and around back to the side here to enter under a bridge, and then goes towards Maythwaite.
Nice. That's Bachmann's Maythwaite, right?
Yeah.
Looks beautiful.
I had the bunting on it.
I was going to say, yeah, what you use for that?
I use paper and thread to make that.
Mm. God,
Which
I mean, the amount of
which I made
work
after, which I did on computer first and then printed it out, then cut them around, which a bit time consuming, but it was all worth it.
Yeah. For the road there that you're right above at the moment, did you use plaster? Like, how did you get the gradient for that?
Yeah, that's plaster I used.
Nice. I mean, it's nice and smooth. I mean, working with plaster, like, there's a few times I've worked with it, and it's so challenging to get a nice, smooth surface. And the other challenge, obviously, with plaster is that it sets extremely fast. So you got to just really work smart with that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, great job on getting that so smooth.
Yeah. When I tried to do the roads on my layout, my former layout, I could not get it smooth enough. It looked like the roads in the city of Philadelphia, and my wife, her dad was a brick mason for his entire career, so she learned a lot from him. So I said, all right, you can do the roads, and she did them absolutely perfectly.
Amazing. Yeah. Well, I guess that's another reason why you get married,
Exactly. For help with the roads.
That's a nice angle there.
Yeah, this is the top area of Gordon's Hill.
Yeah. With all those wines, like engines like Gordon or Henry, where they have the longer wheel configurations, like, do they derail with the amount of like S's there are?
Well, a few times it's over by that bit over there where that tunnel is. Just not sure if you can see it, but it's just the one next to Great Waterton, that cliff bit area. So that's where I've been having a bit of derailments, but that's including Thomas. But Gordon has had a bit of derails, but I have to say it's happened along here as well, which I had to take a few nails out, and then that's when they stopped bumping off. But back on the old hill, these rails weren't set down before. What I mean by that is pinned down. So when trains like Henry or James or Gordon came along here, they just like bump up and down, then they came off that area there. So that's when I thought, time to redo the hill and get those pinned down.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, nice. The cottage. Yeah.
Yeah, Kindly Cottage, which I'll also add a bit of hill and road bit next to each other because I wanted to like recreate where Thomas and Bertie are like racing along the line towards Farquhar. This area here.
Oh, it definitely captures that aesthetic for sure. And once again, like Matt was saying, the Pico backdrops really enhance the look too. Nice. Looking at the comments here. Sorry, guys. If there's any questions, I apologize because I've been just really zoned into the layout that I have not been looking at the chat.
I did see one person's comment, a question in the comments earlier that I thought was pretty good, which is there anything that you'd like to add to the layout that hasn't been added yet? Like, what's your number one thing you'd like to add?
Well, if I had the space, I would like to add the Elsbridge bridge. That's the junction with Thomas's branch line and the main line. Where Thomas first gets his branch line and he enters into the station. Then Henry comes up alongside.
Oh, Elsbridge, yeah. It's interesting. That's like that's like one of the main locations I didn't put in my layout too. But that would be cool. James, you showed me in our video call the other day that you've got that whole other access point or other side of your attic. You could extend your layout all the way to there if you really wanted to.
Yeah, maybe I could.
You could have So I was just saying you could have like a tunnel and then put the other locations, or maybe even have like the mainland. Like, I don't know. Take it with a grain of salt. I'm obviously half joking, but I mean, it is doable if you really wanted to do it.
Yeah, I'll have to think about that.
Oh, nice. You got Rosie there.
Yeah, Rosie in the siding. I set it up before because yesterday I posted up a video of the arrival of Stanley. You know what I was telling you, Chris, about doing a video on Stanley, which now that's up on YouTube.
Well, the person we got to give credit to was Matt. That was his project. Matt.
But Stanley?
Thank you so much.
I wish I could take credit for it. Stanley was actually, that was the last Doug designed locomotive in the line.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I still give you credit because you're here today.
But that makes it historic.
Absolutely. Nice. Once again, you got the bunting on Marin. That really looks good too.
Yeah. I saw an image before of Letters to Santa, and I saw the bells and the garland decoration there, which I thought, I'll add that on this time. I was able to find 2 bells. I need to find another 2 set for the other side.
Gotcha.
Let's see if I can.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, lighting effects. Got lampposts there, and also inside the building.
Are those LEDs or are they just like the standard volts?
LEDs.
LEDs, nice. God, phenomenal.
Also a couple of LEDs on here as well. So there's that building lit up.
Nice.
Station lit up, and also the lamps here as well.
Nice, and you got the new figures on the platform there too.
Yeah, it's a Topham hat, lady hat, dowager hat, Stephen hat, and Bridget hat.
Nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah, there's the signal box lit up. And even the clock tower here lit up as well.
Nice. So if I'm not saying anything, it's just because I'm taking it all in. That's all. Let's take a look. Yeah. All right, we got some questions and comments for Bachmann, but don't worry, guys. We'll save that for later. All right, keep you waiting. There's a lot of reveals today, so stay tuned.
I've been scanning some of those comments too, so I'll try and keep them in mind.
All right. Actually, you got Sir Topmat's car there behind the station too, right?
Oh yeah. Just needs Bulgy the bus in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't got Bulgy, I'm afraid. He might be my next one. It depends if he gets made or not.
Oh, we're in the development process right now. In fact, there may or may not be an update in this episode.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, actually, James, you didn't know that? They announced Bulgy.
Oh yes.
I know.
Oh yes, I remember. I saw.
There's so many products these days that it's like, oh, what has been announced, what hasn't been announced.
Yeah.
Nice.
So this tunnel leads back over here, goes around the curve, and comes back over to here.
Nice.
And then we joins back to Knapford.
So how many engines can you run at once on this layout?
Well, a total of 4. Of course, there's Thomas's branch line, but that's not an extra one that connects up to the first line here.
Oh, okay.
So where Thomas is, goes along here.
Got it.
And last time, the switch here, it was over here before, but I thought, not so sure that's the best thing to do at the bottom of the hill, so I decided to bring it back and move it over here. And also add an extra set of points here to join up to over here, just so that it's not just one on one track.
So that's going to be the bus yard, right? Right where you're right now?
Yeah, that's right, the bus yard.
Gotcha. Really, again, really, really clever use of space. because that's how it was in season 1, right? The tracks went that way.
Yeah. And I remember seeing in a picture before of season 1 or a train set that before the junction, there was like a set of points going over there before the points over to there, really. So that's where I got the inspiration before.
Nice. And I guess including narrow gauge, though, you could run 5 engines.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, I just noticed you got the Bachmann figure on the signal box.
Oh yeah, that's great.
Yeah, looks just like the show. Just like the show. Man. All right, shall we do some running?
Okay.
Fantastic.
Right. You'll have to bear with me. If some engines come off, well, just please pardon that. Thomas running at the moment.
What percentage incline is that on the hill?
Sorry, Matt. I think I talked over you there.
Oh, on Gordon's Hill, what percentage incline did you use?
2% and 3% and 4%. Mixture of all 3 products.
Let me ask, what are the dimensions of this layout? Sorry, am I not coming through?
Yeah.
You might be getting drowned out by the sound of trains running.
I'll stop him in a moment. Hold on.
No, it's all good. It's all good.
There we go. Yeah, I'll run them again. I'll run them again a bit. It's just I have to see to a little hiccups that just happened while running a few. That's all.
Really, really incredible. I mean, those switches must be really good because a lot of times when running the engines, they tend to stall on the frogs, especially the the tank engines. So I mean, either like I'm assuming they're very well made, or just you really clean the track so that they don't have that issue.
Yeah, make sure the tracks were really clean before running them. Testing each one just to be sure. And yes, they all ran.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized we didn't talk about. Sorry, I just realized we didn't talk about Tidmouth. If you actually could just go over there briefly, I'm just curious to know what you used for the turntable.
Oh yes, this is a Pico turntable I used.
Nice.
And there's a motor underneath which runs the turntable so it goes around.
Got it.
Which I'll see if I can put that. Hang on a moment. Not sure we'll get much light underneath here. Here we go. So this is the motor I used. Not that easy getting down here. Hang on. Okay. I guess not. Never mind. Thought I could turn the light on, but never mind. Oh yes, here we go. I think you can see it now.
Yeah.
So that's connected up. That's connected up to the turntable underneath.
I see.
And which that's all connected up to this switch here.
Got it.
So if I turn the knob around here like this, there it goes.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Really, really great work, man. Wow. Thank you so much for showcasing this.
Yeah, absolutely.
You're welcome.
Oh, look at that individual light.
Yeah.
The sheds light up as well.
Nice.
Each one on an individual switch, so I can turn the lights off and on when need be. And also this switch here, which I'm not sure if you've seen yet, but this one works for the sheds, for the engines. So I can turn which engine to turn on by clicking this or turn them off, or which ones I want.
For the,
So
for the lights or for like just power to the track?
Power to the track. So if
Power
Gordon was on this one, I'd turn him on and then he'd start. And then he would come out of there and then join onto the turntable once the turntable's turned over to the track.
I see. Or you could have him go into the well and remake Oliver Owns Up with Gordon.
Yeah, so making the same mistake Oliver made when he ended up in the turntable well.
Awesome.
And here's the Tidmouth work sheds here where Duck is in. And this one I made out of card.
Wow, that's good.
Yeah.
A couple of bits I printed out. Which before I found a 3D model before, but now I can't find it now. Which I'm hoping to find a 3D model and replace that one really. Even though that's good, but I'm just thinking I need to get a bit more updated because current looks tiny bit naff, and even though it's not finished though.
Yeah, there's a question in the chat actually, James, by Steven. He's asking, is it challenging to stop the turntable at each designated stall? In other words, do you have to kind of just eyeball it, or do you have it set in a way where it can kind of just automatically stop at an exact point?
Well, with this one, when turning around, all I'd have to do is turn the knob here, and then it slows down to which track I want it to go to, or it can stop in between.
Okay, so it's a matter of eyeballing where exactly it stops.
Yeah, eyeballing.
Okay, got it. Great. All right. There's one more video I wanted to show of your work, James, and you probably know what it is. We talked about it in our call. It's your dedication to Brett Allcroft, a beautifully crafted video. I actually did send it to Matt and a few other fans. They were all thoroughly impressed. So I'm going to just share my screen if you don't mind, and we'll just really take that into consideration. Just bear with me for a second. As I'm doing that, I'm actually going to go get my charger too, because my laptop might die and we're not going to want that to happen. All right, just quick.
There we go.
Everyone see my screen?
Mission rates in New York.
Can't escape the ads.
Okay. All right, we'll just do this. Okay, good. All right.
There we go.
Beautiful. Beautiful work. Really.
Thank you.
Did the
And,
audio come through okay of the background of your video?
Yeah.
Okay, good. 'Cause it was cutting in and out on my end, but I just want to make sure if it was clear for you guys, then we're all good.
the custom faces were very impressive too.
Yeah, thank you. Those were 3D printed, which I keep them stored up in here. Which, let me just turn over the camera again. So yeah, in this box here. Because having a look behind the scenes here, I just thought I needed some place to like store my faces here for Thomas and Friends. So this one contains faces for Thomas, Percy, and Toby. And underneath, this one contains Gordon, James, Henry. And the bottom one contains Edward, which is going to contain Diesel's face and a couple of other faces, such as Bertie and Terence, once I can find them or recreate them.
You know, I love that you put it in wooden drawers, because that's kind of what they did on the show too, in that one behind
Yeah.
the scenes bid.
I saw a video of the behind the scenes thing, which I thought, yeah, that's a good idea for
Yeah,
storing.
do the same exact
faces.
thing.
Yes, before I had them like laid out here, it was like not much space or like for anywhere to store them really. So I wanted to like find something like this here to store them in.
Yeah, that's very clever. Some people were asking, do the eyes still move, like on the Bachmann engines, or did you have to take out the moving eyes?
Yes, the eyes can still move because I really liked the eyes that move on the Bachmann engine, so I wanted to like keep them there. So when getting the 3D faces, I had to like make sure that the inside bit was like fitting off to the eyes because some of them weren't fitting on, so I had to like stand them down on the inside in order for them to fit. And once I got the right sizes, then I'd stick them on with blue tack on the insides, and that's how I did it.
Got it. And for the sanding, did you just use manual sandpaper, or did you have like a very small tool?
And a multi-purpose tool. So this is what I used. That's not the top bit I used. It was a different sanding bit I used.
Yeah. A lot of people have been trying to do that for years. So, no, really, thanks for the tip on that. Yeah, lots of comments. Beautiful shot. Once again, love the bunting.
You got Doug standing on the platform there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll just go back if you weren't finished. Yeah, the
Very
staff. I got those for my birthday as well. The staff.
Amazing. Last question. Do you have a favorite part of the layout?
My favourite part is Great Waterton. Even though I like Knapford Station, but it's Great Waterton I really like. It's ever since seeing like Scholarly Fans one on YouTube, his layout was like so amazing of how he did his Great Waterton area. And I got inspired on how to do that.
I like it a lot too. I mean, the thing about Great Waterton, obviously you have all the buildings there, so that really enhances it, and you have the beautiful greenery in addition. So once you add all those elements into one location, I mean, it really stands out. So honestly, I probably concur myself. It really is a beautiful location.
Even though it was only shown in one season and in the Great Discovery one, I still think it's like one of the best scenes that I've ever seen. Which wish they showed it a bit more, but that's how it is.
Yeah, especially with the town, with all the buildings. I mean,
yeah.
Again, that's what things like that are really what brings it to life. So. Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much again, James, for showcasing such an amazing, amazing layout tour. Beautiful videos you have on YouTube. Guys, make sure you check out his YouTube channel. It is now called JS Time or TIME Productions. He was previously Time Lord 91011, but now just changed his name for the new year. So he's got episodes, he's got layout updates, and the list goes on. So just stay tuned for just all the new videos that lie ahead.
Thank you all.
All right. And without further ado, I'll pass it over to Matt Stern over at Bachmann.
All right. Well, as you can see, I've got a lot of really interesting things to show you on the table back here.
If you don't mind, let's save the express coaches for the end.
We can do that. And what I was going to say, though, is the reason I don't have anything back here is because everything that I'm showing you right now pretty much is all new samples that we haven't shown at all before. So it's all stuff that's been announced. So no surprises, just to dampen any expectations. But it's all exciting stuff. So let's start with the one we already talked about. This is the first actual molded sample of Bulgy. The one I showed before was a 3D printed test shot. So this is the first sample that actually shows the how it'll look, just unpainted.
Very nice.
You got a metal handrail there, free moving wheels, very nicely moving. And you can see when we go in, you got all the details raised, like even the vents in the windows. And of course, he's got his might not be able to see it too well here, but he's got his kind of smug expression there.
Yeah, people are wondering what expression he would have. So
Yeah,
he's got the smug.
No, had to go with the smug expression. He can't have any other expression.
Yeah.
So that's where we are. We should be getting a painted sample in the not too distant future. The paint, all the paint scheme is finalized and all that, so it shouldn't be too much longer now, and we'll definitely update when that comes in. We did show this one on the Thomas Tuesday live that we did, or Thomas Saturday live that we did at Trainland. But I'll show it again on the stream here. And this is our new milk tanker.
Oh.
And this along with the tar tanker, which I don't actually have here. But they both have the same thing, which is we changed the color on the frame and on the ends to reflect the actual color of how they appeared in CGI. So it's harder to tell on this one, but it's not just straight black anymore. It has more of a wood tone to it. So there's that. And now I've got a couple of samples to show that aren't exactly Thomas samples, but let's just say they're related to this guy, or one of them is related to this guy.
Ah,
Mm.
it's a handle.
This is the very first, and of course he is available on shipping now. I should mention that.
And they're selling quick, guys, so you better get your order on before there's going to be a huge time period where they are all out of stock. And then you'll probably have to wait like a whole year in order to get one. So please, if you haven't done so, get your order in ASAP.
Absolutely. And to go along with him, this is a first reveal here. Sir Hayden.
Oh, nice.
Now, I will mention before anybody says anything, I know he doesn't have running gear or side rods. They are. This is just a non-functional sample. He will have side rods, or it. So there you go. There's the back. Got the one side here, and there's the other side there. And this is the red. We also have the green, which we don't have a sample of to show yet. This is one of two colors that'll be available. And also in the same vein, but not actually a Talaflin model, but we still had to do the prototype models because we obviously did the Thomas and Friends versions. This is the Festiniog Railway coal wagons.
Nice.
I've got two different versions here. Then we've got the 22 and 26, which are actually, in reality, they are the same wagon. They were numbered 22 and 26 at different times, but it gave us an excuse to do a different road number for it, and you can stretch history a little bit and run them both together to make it a little bit more of a train.
Nice.
All right, are you ready?
One sec. Guys, there's going to be a raffle. There's going to be a raffle for an anniversary van. All right?
Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why I did that, but I just had to get the suspense going. So, one lucky person in the chat who guesses the right season will be getting that anniversary van. All right? So, before it's revealed, we'll just take maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds, 30 seconds. Please put in any season of the show, which really not any season, but it's going to be essentially a single-digit season from the model era. All right? Put them in the next 20 to 30 seconds or so, and then one of you who guessed it correctly will get a free anniversary van.
Sounds like a good deal. All right. Now I will preface
those
this.
And those are selling quick too.
So, and those are also a limited run. We will not be reordering those from the factory. So once they are sold out, they will be sold out. Well, I did preface this with Christian a little bit in advance. So I'll say it again. These are unpainted samples. When we got them from the factory, they came with clear plastic roofs. So that does throw off the perspective a little bit on the models. So just keep that in mind. All right.
All right, drum roll, guys.
All right, do you want to see the coach or the brake coach first?
James, why don't you pick?
Brake coach first.
Brake coach first. All right. Let's do it. Here it is.
Ooh,
Wow, guys.
nice.
There it is. And now we got to bring it real close in order to figure out what season this is.
Yeah, no, I don't know how well it's going to focus, but I'll try and move the light here to see if I can get a little bit more. Maybe it was better the other way, actually. Trying to get the light to hit it so you can see all the detail. All right, there. That kind of works. Now I'll flip to the other side here.
So I actually might be wrong, but is this season 2?
Well, I think it is a season 2 one.
Matt, are you just not going to tell us what season?
No. I was just trying to. I was focused on trying to get it in the light,
okay.
all the raised detail. But I don't know. We just may not get it in this pixel quality. But Christian, I'm afraid you were wrong. So you don't get the free wagon. I'm sorry.
Oh, bummer. Is it season
But,
1?
No, it is season 2.
It is. Oh, it is season 2.
Season 2, yeah, I thought so.
Mm.
So there you go. That's the coach.
Looks great.
And in retrospect, I should have probably brought a Gordon in here to put alongside them, but I did not think in advance for that. So I don't have anything else other than something that I don't want to show yet because that's for next month's stream. So
Gotcha.
we'll just show the coaches. I'll put them both together so you can see them together here. Put the right sides together. Oh, no.
Guys, please,
There we
please,
go. There we go.
take a screenshot, put it on Twitter, put it on Instagram, put it on your stories. We always love these updates getting spread. And please tag Train World as well. All right. We would really appreciate that.
So there you go.
As far as paint scheme,
Yes.
is it going to be more like the CGI one, or is it actually going to match like season 2?
So the paint scheme will be based on the CGI paint scheme. So it'll be the same as the most recent release of the HO ones.
Gotcha.
But that doesn't mean there isn't room for more paint schemes in the future.
Yeah, I mean the express coaches are kind of wild in the show. They were like a different paint scheme almost every season.
Right.
If you really look, especially in the older seasons.
Not to mention different lengths and different heights and different sizes.
Right, and sometimes they had gray roofs, sometimes they had black roofs. It's like, okay, like what is the crew doing here?
Yeah. But no, we felt looking over all the different options we had that season 2 was the best design to replicate to really match the aesthetic of the locomotives that we're doing in N-scale.
Yeah, definitely with the length, because like those later model era ones were more compressed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, and it also I think it also is it's a pretty it's a design that works no matter which era you're replicating. It'll look good no matter what. Whereas some of them I would say would be more specific looking to a certain era.
Definitely. So looking at the chat here, Matt, just to change the subject for a second. Again, someone asked once again about Salty. Salty has not canceled. He's on the way. Just no update at the moment. He answered that earlier in the stream. But there's also a question about Scotsman. Obviously, He was just announced, so I'm assuming he's still like in the design phase.
Still the design phase. Yep, we're just wrapping up the initial tooling plan for it. So once we're done with that, then it'll be on to the development stage, and hopefully in a few months we'll have something to show.
Awesome. I did also see a question about when the new releases for this month will be out. Are we aiming for like the end of the month or early February?
So we're going to have our catalog announcements at the end of this month. They'll be going live to coincide with the Amherst Train Show in Springfield. So we are still doing, in addition to doing, so we're doing quarterly announcements for Bachmann. They may not necessarily always have Thomas announcements in them, but we are still doing our catalog announcements as well as one of the quarterly announcements. So that'll be at the end of January, just like always. And in that, we do have some new Thomas paint schemes and stuff like that. So, and I think some stuff that hopefully will be well received. I may have hinted not too long ago that we might try and do a little bit more in terms of recognizing the heritage, with this being 2026 being Thomas's anniversary, as opposed to the railway series. So we've done there's something in there that kind of pays tribute to that. So that's all I'm going to say for now.
Sounds good. Stay tuned next month, as we'll probably do a catalog flip through for February.
Yep. And we do have more painted samples to show as well. But I'm gonna leave that for now, because that'll be we got to have something to show for next month.
Sounds good.
But I will just show the express coaches again before we finish up here.
Sounds good.
Here you've got the corridors, or the compartment side, and then you've got the corridor side here.
Nice. Yeah,
I don't know if these coaches actually were corridor, or if they were all just compartments.
Mm.
But I would assume with the design they were corridor. I don't know if did they ever show them? I guess they never really had interiors in them, but
in the model series, yeah. I mean, really just for like the close-up shots, I would have imagined.
But in any case, there you go. There's the ends, and they do have raised detail on them for door handles and all that stuff. So it's just not really picking up on you can kind of see it there.
Gotcha. They really look stunning.
there we go. That's about all I got.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Matt. And thank you guys all so much for tuning into this very special Thomas Tuesday live stream featuring an incredible Sodor-based layout in an attic of all places, and lots of new reveals by Bachmann. As Matt said, there's going to be even more next month. There will also be a catalog flip through of the 2026 catalog specifically. All right. I'll put this back to you so we're all even. All right. And to everyone in the stream, I know, like, obviously we're living in very unprecedented times at the moment. The world is on a roller coaster, essentially. But even so, with the ingenuity and hard work of model railroaders, whether Thomas oriented or not, I still believe that the road is bright and the best days are yet to come. So just keep the passion going, keep up the hard work, and happy Thomas Tuesday. Thank you very much for tuning in, everyone.
Yep.
See you.
Thank you. See ya.